यार
Okay, we are live now. Hello, good morning to all of you, and warm virtual welcome to each one of you. See, here I am again for the fifth module Seek Professional Help, as we have discussed yesterday. Now we will discuss the set realistic goals to how to regulate emotions by Dr. Madhu Pandey. And in this spirit of adapting to our current virtual setting, we encourage you guys and students and participants to actively participate in today's session. Okay? And feel free to ask if you have any questions and queries regarding the set realistic goals and how to regulate emotions. And then you can chat in our feature box. Chat box. So let's start. I would like to welcome Dr. Madhu Pandey to see, ma'am, stage is yours now. Continue. We continue. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Soumya, for this warm welcome and for the opportunity where I can interact with my lovely and dear audience. And
Yeah.
as my title says, that setting realistic goals, it's very important in present day scenario. A beautiful module and a beautiful topic, first place. Pe. So thank you so much for the topic.
Wow.
And with this lecture, online series or this lecture, I would like to basically focus on empowering the students for success, because there is no second time for the success means success. So the only issue which I can see just now is, Dr. Soumya, that I cannot see the students just now. Can I will I be able to see the audience, Dr. Soumya?
Yeah. Students will comment you in the chat box. You can
Okay,
see
I will not
right
be
hand
able to
side.
see them directly.
No, no. You.
Okay, okay. No issues then. No issues. Fine. So, as we proceed, before any goal setting, I would like to my students do one activity, and for that purpose, please comment me on the chat box that whether you are able to do it or not. So my activity is all about taking a piece of paper, one A4 size paper, any size paper you would like to take. Once you are ready with that, please comment yes in the chat box. Please comment yes in the chat box if you are ready with the piece of paper. Are you all ready? Dr. Pandey, can I get any information if they are ready with for the activity or not?
Ma'am,
No.
you can continue. They will text you in chat box.
Okay,
You may
okay,
continue.
sure. Okay, sure. So, I would like to tell one this thing. Continue with the activity. You have to take a piece of paper, and then you have to basically fold it once. Give it a fold, and then again fold it. The only one major instruction which I would like to give my this lovely audience, is to close the eyes until the activity gets over. Right? Do not open the eyes while folding the paper. And while doing the further, following my further instructions, please don't open your eyes, because this activity is all about hitting your supraconscious level, your subconscious level, like about your instruction and possibilities, what you can do and what you can become, right? So with this note, further going to the third instruction, please tear a part of a paper from the left side, just a small piece of paper from the left side. Once you are done with that, again fold a paper, and please keep your eyes closed. Be honest to yourselves. Now, tear a part of paper from the right side, then from the center side, center, and then from the downside. Once you all are done with this, please open your eyes and now open your paper. If people are sitting around you, you can, and who are following the instructions, you can immediately see like what kind of paper tearing everybody has done. I'm sure it is different for everybody. So once with this activity, I would like to tell that every person is different, and the processing of the information is different, and their subsequent goals in their lives are different. No two individuals are same, as we all know that we have our own unique abilities, possibilities, and possible selves. So we all are different, and look at the way, look at that paper. You all started with the blank paper, but now you all have different kinds of processing of information, and not different design for every paper, for among all the audience. If you can see, if you have at all performed the activity. Now let's understand what is this goal setting all about. When it comes to chasing our dreams, the only way I know to track our progress is to create our own milestones. So we all have different pace to do work. We all have different challenges. Everybody's challenge is equally potent and equally complex and equally difficult. So we should have our own milestones also. And if you are not having any kind of milestone, then that is the problem, right? Because it's like going, you are going in a say you're going to travel, and you immediately go to a ticket counter and ask somebody, like you ask the ticket counter receptionist to give you a ticket. And then the second question which the receptionist asks you is, where where you want to go, which place ticket you want to get. You want to go Aminabad or Faridabad, right? Whether you want to go Bangalore or Delhi, Europe or somewhere, where you want to go, right? So if you are not, you will say kahin ki bhi de dijiye ticket, because you don't have any milestone, you don't have any goal, right? आप कहेंगे कहीं की भी टिकट दे दीजिए, तो वो कहीं की कहाँ जाएंगे आप? You will land up nowhere, right? So setting up a milestone is very important for your goal setting behavior, and for your own success and empowerment. Because unless you will a mail without a proper mailing ID or address will bounce back, right? A letter without any address on that will go to nowhere, right? So it's very important for us to set one proper target. So milestones show us what we are accomplishing, and how, and allow us to see how we accomplish even more. If you have started to read any of the statistics or articles on goal settings before, you must have come across these 2 points: people without goals are not as successful as they hope to be, and people who don't write down goals are less likely to accomplish them. So goals give us momentum to push through adversity, while we experience adversity we experience while chasing our dreams. So goal setting is very important for every person, because it's like, अगर हम आपसे कहें कि आपको अगर पहाड़ चढ़ना है, तो आपको सबसे ज्यादा क्या जरूरत है? करेज की, विलिंगनेस की, या पेशेंस की? किस चीज की जरूरत है? तो सबसे ज्यादा जिस चीज की जरूरत पड़ेगी वो है पहाड़। तो जब पहाड़ ही नहीं हमारे पास सेट होगा, when you don't have your own goal, your milestone, where are you going to head towards, right? So it's very important to write down the goal. Because of this platform shortcoming, I think I will not be able to perform many activities, because I am not able to connect with my audience. So I'll skip the activity part. Only thing I'll tell you is like what you can do with the activity, right? Otherwise you can perform it at your own pace. Earlier I thought कि हम इसको साथ में करते चलेंगे, but then now you please perform it at your own pace after the lecture, right? So let's get to the importance of goal setting for students, because my basic audience is like my target audience is students. So I have, although it's for universal points, but then still like let's think about the importance from the students perspective. Let's start with the direction and focus. As I've just now said कि direction is very important. Train कहाँ जाएगी? ये प्लेन के टिकट मैं कहाँ की खरीदूँ, मेल किसको भेजूँ, राइट? सो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, लाइक वेयर, व्हाट, which direction, what to focus, what should I focus? So goal setting provides students with a clear sense of direction, and it helps them focus their energy and efforts towards specific objective. Like there are many HR rounds questions where these HRs basically ask the new joinees, like, where do you see yourself from 5 years, like yourself from today to 5 years, coming 5 years. So if we will not have any plan, if we will not be able, if we will not have any focus, direction, what are we going to give the answer to this question? And let me tell you, this is a very important question, ki where do you see yourself from today, like from today to 5 years, like क्या आप आंसर देंगे? If you still don't have this answer, now this is an alarming time. You want to be a business person, businesswoman, businessman, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to set up your own own freelancing work, you want to join a very good company, you want to be a professor, you want to be PhD, whatever it is, you need to have a very set focus and direction. Then motivation and persistence. Having goals motivates students to strive for success, and it instills a sense of persistence and resilience, encouraging them to overcome the challenges. So motivation is very important, because if you are like, if we go back to, I think many of you are psychology students only probably. So there are three learning laws we all know about, the Thorndike's laws, like law of willingness, law of readiness, law of preparedness, right? Law of practice and law of effect. So what is the effect? And on this law of effect, only the entire operant conditioning, Skinner has given his own, one theory based on this law of effect, the result, whatever the result is. So this result keeps us motivated. The persistence is developed because of the motivation, because of the result, because of our own willingness. And the more practice you will do, I mean, the more every day one step you will take towards to finish your goal, the more goal specific and empowered you will become, and more prone towards success, right? So another point, importance of goal setting is the time management. Anything should be time bound. If I ask you, like, आपको अपना graduation या post graduation कब तक करना है, 5 years, 10 years? No, you'll say, no ma'am, it's 3 years for the UGs, and for the PGs it's 2 years. For PhD, would you like to take 12 years? You'll say, no ma'am, I will be doing it within, maybe 2 years is the minimum time, maybe I'll do it in 3 years, or maybe 3.5 years. You set some time. So it's like that, you need to allocate the resources, and you need to identify, and it should be time bound. Any goal which you think is not, you don't set time for yourself, is useless, right? Then if you think you have a plenty of time, then you keep on shifting the focus. You'll say, अरे कल कर लेंगे, अरे थोड़ी देर बाद कर लेंगे. But when you know it's the time, then this is the time, right? So it's very important to have that kind of discipline for setting the goal, where you are wanting to set a goal, you need to set a time for your that goal, and measurable progress. If I say मैं एक दिन बहुत बड़ा इंसान बनना चाहती हूँ, मैं यहाँ से देखा 4 साल बाद बहुत बड़ा इंसान बन जाऊंगी, बहुत, आई विल बिकम अ वेरी रिच पर्सन, ये कितना फेक साउंड कर रहा है? Is it making any kind of sense? No. But what if I say I'll become, professor in coming 3 years, or maybe in 4 years, in so and so university, maybe I'll go to Harvard. It is sounding, it's sounding something measurable, something meaningful. So whenever you set any kind of milestone or any kind of goal, you need to set some मानक norms, some measurable, उसका measure होना चाहिए कि अच्छा, मैंने हार्वर्ड जाने के लिए आइलेट्स क्लियर किया, मैंने ये वाले कोर्स किए, मैंने ये किया, यानी टिक चेकलिस्ट, ब्रुकलिन अवार्ड्स के लिए अप्लाई कर दिया, आप टिक करते चल रहे हैं ना, कहने का मतलब है, like measurable progress. Your progress should be visible, it should not be in air, it should not be vague. Then comes your personal growth. Your goal should be aligned towards your personal growth. Goals encourage the personal growth and self improvement, so students gain a sense of purpose and fulfillment. If I ask you, हम इस पे एक further activity कराएंगे personal growth पे, so will not invest much time right now over here. But I would like to tell you in nutshell कि unless you don't have a personal ये this thing milestone set, you will not be able to achieve your personal growth. अभी बहुत ही चर्चित टॉपिक है लॉर्ड राम का, तो अगर हम बात करें उनके भगवान बनने की, तो वो एक सिंपल राजा बन के रह जाते अनलेस वो चैलेंजिंग गोल अपने लिए सेट ना करते, बन ना जाते। वहाँ पे बहुत सारा जो भी उनका प्रोसेस रहा, हम स्टोरीज में पढ़ते हैं, सारी चीज़ें देखते हैं। तो अगर हम देखें तो हम नहीं अचीव कर सकते थे। जीसस कभी भी गॉड की तरह पूजे ना जाते अनलेस उन्होंने अपने कंफर्ट जोन से निकल करके ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए कुछ किया ना जाता, कुछ किया ना होता। ठीक है, हजरत अली बी पीस अपॉन हिम, अब वो तब तक नहीं मतलब इतना हाई कंसिडर किए जाते, एन आइडियल टू लुक ऑलवेज टू लुक अप टू ना होता उनके साथ अनलेस उन्होंने अपना माइलस्टोन सेट ना किया होता टू सेव ह्यूमैनिटी, टू वर्क फॉर ह्यूमैनिटी, टू गिव हिज लाइफ फॉर ह्यूमैनिटी। सो ये हमारी, जब भी हम गोल सेट करते हैं तो ये हमें पर्सनल ग्रोथ की ओर भी लेके जाता है। देन इनहैंस्ड डिसीजन मेकिंग, you have to have your decisions, like making choices should be aligned with your goals, aspirations। अब ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने कहा मैं एक दिन बड़ा आदमी बनना चाहता हूँ 4 साल बाद, अब 4 साल बाद यू हैव एम्पल ऑफ टाइम, अभी तो सोचे ही नहीं करना क्या है, बड़ा आदमी कैसे बनेंगे, whether I'll be selling mangoes and then will become a बड़ा आदमी, or will I be working as an engineer, then I will become a बड़ा आदमी, or as a professor, and then as a professor which subject I will choose। You need to make your decisions, informed decisions to your conscious level। with that tear a piece of paper वाला एक्सरसाइज जो भी था, पेपर टीयरिंग वाला, विद दैट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि तुम किस तरीके से इंफॉर्मेशन को प्रोसेस करो। इट शुड बी अ कॉन्शियस प्रोसेस, right? And conscious process में then you, whenever you will make decisions, they are going to impact your goal choices, your goals which you have made। So both the process will become aligned once you become conscious about your goals। So let me give you an exercise which can be your take home or homework for our time, this time which we are spending together। I want you to take a piece of paper and write down 10 goals। I don't think so if you will be able to write it just now. I'm just telling you, and we'll move ahead, and you can note the point, or you can maybe have a screenshot for it। 10 goals which you would like to accomplish in next 12 months। And now write the word goal with today's date at the top of the page, and then you can turn the page, and then you can write again one word goal, and then today's date, and then ask this great question to you: if you could only accomplish one goal on this list, ये जो तुमने 10 गोल्स की लिस्ट बना रहे हो कि मुझे फाइनेंशियली स्टेबल होना है, मुझे इमोशनली स्ट्रांग होना है, मुझे अपना घर लेना है, मुझे पीएचडी में एनरोलमेंट लेना है, मुझे अपनी गाड़ी चलाना सीखना है, वट एवर इट इज, जो भी आपके 10 गोल्स हैं, अपनी फैमिली के साथ और टाइम स्पेंड करना है, मुझे गुस्सा कम करना है, मुझे वेट लॉस करना है, वट एवर इट इज, ये जो 10 गोल्स जो तुम सेट कर रहे हो, एंड आस्क दिस ग्रेट क्वेश्चन टू यू फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट पेज, एंड राइट इट डाउन अगेन, दैट वन सिंगल गोल विच यू वुड लाइक टू अचीव इन द कमिंग 24 आवर्स, राइट? जो तुम एक कोई गोल जो तुम अगले 24 घंटे में कंप्लीट कर सकते हो, करना चाहोगे, मतलब you have all the opportunity and authority to complete this goal in next 24 hours, right? तो वो क्या होगा? And that goal is the greatest will have the greatest positive impact in life। Now you have to put the circle on that goal, right? And then you need to turn the page, at the top of the page set a deadline on that goal, and now mention everything you could do to achieve that goal, and then working on that list। So this is a kind of an exercise which at least require 10 to 15 minutes minimum to understand like exactly what you need and how you want to work on it, right? Meaning, to again repeat the instructions, you need to write 10 goals which you would like to complete in next 12 months, meaning in this coming year, and then turn the page, write at least one today's date with the word goal, and choose any one goal which you would think you want, if you've given the all the superpowers to complete in just one day, which will be that goal you would like to complete, and that is the only goal which will have an positive impact in your life। You need to circle that goal, write it again, and then later on at your own pace, because right I cannot have any kind of conversation, any contact. So with this drawback, I would like to give you the instruction that you need to now work on that goal. Mention all what you can do for like everything you could do to achieve that goal, and write down the step, write down the entire the steps, the process which you would like to do it. Now how you should choose your goals, that's very important, because we at times we become very weird about choosing our goals, and then we don't set realistic goals for ourselves. So these are the five points which you can take into your cognizance for whenever you would like to establish any goal, smart goals इनको कहते हैं. So first is the specific. Stands for measurables. A stands for achievable. Fourth one is R, which stands for relevant, and T stands for time bound. We've already discussed it. To again repeat the smart goals, your whatever goal you want to decide for yourself, it should be very specific about your education, about your financial conditions, about your emotional aspects, your personality, your physical appearance, anything, your makeover, anything, you're changing from one city to another. Whatever goal you have, you want to go and study in Dubai, that's very good. You go and set the target, identify the process. You want to go and earn a Canadian psychological this thing certificate, the license. Go and identify, brainstorm it with your friends so that it becomes specific and measurable. And once it becomes measurable, identify the steps with which you can achieve those goals, whatever goal you have set for yourself. Then is it relevant? What if I say tomorrow I would like to become Mukesh Ambani? How does it matter? Is it relevant to me? What? It is not right. Like we should set some relevant goals, right? And already we have discussed the importance of time bound, and the goal should be time bound. Otherwise, more the time, lesser you will be aligned towards your goal. So there are certain studies which I have mentioned. Again, you can take the screenshot and go and refer to these studies, and you can get the idea, the facts about the goal setting. So goal setting is linked with self confidence, motivation, and autonomy. Because once you set your goals and do the journaling of it, write it down, so it becomes very easy for you to progress the entire situation. I mean, go through the entire process, and then you continuously feel motivated. And once you write down your goals, once you do the journaling every day, you feel motivated. The internal locus of control gets strong for yourself. You get internally motivated for that, and you start working for it. Autonomy you exercise. Then another study in 2015, it says that there was a psychologist, Gail Matthews, who showed that when people wrote down their goals, they were 33% more successful in achieving them than those who formulated outcomes in their heads only. Right. So, what I would like to say is that, give me a minute, Peter. Right. So when what the this major finding of this 2015 study is all about, it was present. The paper was presented in the international conference in Greece, Athens, Greece, and it says that unless we don't write our goals, it doesn't hit us. Right. We need to write our goals in order to tell us every day that what is to be done. And on that note only, I would like to tell that, as you can see the picture, we all know who this great person is, Bruce Lee, right? And Bruce Lee, and he wrote a letter to himself, and the letter was "My Definite Chief Aim." In 1969, nobody expected a thin Asian man with a high-pitched voice to become one of the most influential characters of the 20th century, and we all know that. Just after 4 years, he wrote this letter to himself. At the age of 28, he died. at the age of 32. But in these 4 years, what Bruce Lee did was to achieve everything he said he would and more. At 32 years of age, he had already changed the fate of film and martial arts forever. And you can, for the reference, you can see the letter which he wrote for himself, right? So, if I talk about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, sir, he has three steps guide to achieve goals in life. One is to finding an aim in life before you are 20 years old. There might be people who are more than 20 years just now, maybe depending on the audience, as I don't know who all are there. But yes, if you haven't yet decided, you can decide it today. Just now, this is the moment. Seize the day. Put no trust on tomorrow. Identify it. Find your aim for what you are built for what you have taken, shape in this world. Why this that Avyakt has given you this kind of Vyakti, and you have become a Vyakti right now. So identify the purpose of your life. As Viktor Frankl also says that, meaningful life. The what is the life, meaning in your life. And unless we don't have that, we are living a life where there is a Sunday stay, and then we open a TV, and then we keep on watching it without any reason, without any purpose, and we keep on wasting that day. We like to enjoy that day, Sunday, just to waste our time. But what about other 6 days? We still would like to watch the TV without any reason? No. We should have some purpose, a purpose which motivates us to wake up every day, then acquire knowledge continuously to reach this goal. It's very good to set a goal to become, anyone, say anybody, you would like to become, any person, any phenomena, anything you would like to be. You want to become a very good person in your life. Maybe some people might be having this kind of aim also, but then what are you doing to become that good person? You need to acquire continuous knowledge, perseverance, then work hard and preserve so you can defeat all the problems and succeed. Yes, problems will come and go, but your, this thing, this goal which you have decided for yourself should be there intact. Abdul Kalam sir wanted to do suicide because he was not able to achieve his goal, right? And then he was about to go and do suicide, but he didn't do, for whatever for some circumstances prevailed. And then he again worked. We all know KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken owner. He was about to go and die, but the only wish last time he had is to go, and he used to prepare a very good chicken. So he said कि अभी तो मरने के लिए भी ठीक से पैसे नहीं है, let me go and eat my favorite thing which I can cook, which I was able to always cook, was my fried chicken burger. And then he had some idea, and he went to a shopkeeper and said कि इसको तुम बेच लो, and whatever amount will come and give it to me. मतलब like it was on a partnership thing. And then what happened, he went, then all the stock was over in once, in a minute. And then he again got the order, and today we all know KFC, fried chicken burger, we all know, and you all love that. I am a pure vegetarian, by the way, but then you all know it's a very famous this thing, burger. So it's not always necessary कि if you are not able to achieve one goal, you cannot set another goal for yourself. You should be always flexible in this, but then if you should not aim small. Small aim is a crime. Have a great aim, which always Kalam sir said. And he is known as the missile man. He wanted to become an aeronautical engineer, which he became later, but then he also became the missile man. So there are a bunch of stories. Thomas Alva Edison, he failed so many experiments, and in the last experiment, he was able to crack the code, and we all are enjoying this, electricity today, right? So there are a bunch of stories you can always go for to keep yourself motivated. And yes, problems will come, but then how you are handling the problems is the main important point. So with this point, we can look into these 4 points: manage, focus, avoid, and limit. Manage short term crisis and problems. which is very important and urgent. Whatever problems you have, they are very, short term crisis, meaning you want to go and pursue your studies in maybe world's best university, Yale University, Harvard. You want to go outside India, or maybe in India's IIT Kanpur, you want to go any IIT institution to pursue your PhD. For that, you need to qualify a gate, but then you don't have any good knowledge about the, you can say, mathematics or reasoning. So it's a very short term crisis. It's again, it can be managed because you can learn it, right? You need to bus focus on the long term strategic goals. You need to it's important, and you need to focus. Then comes the avoid distractions and interruptions. Had we been the interacting audience, I would have asked you to do the exercise, but since I have to skip that part, so I would just tell you that what how to avoid the distractions and interruptions. When you can realize that what is urgent but not important, very small phenomena. Whenever you have your exams, especially when, if you recall your time of board exams, or whenever you have exams, whenever you even don't listen to the news many of the times, but once you are about to study, you think every single thing is important around you, even the news which is just telling you about the new technologies, and any kind of review, you find that article, that piece of information also important in comparison to the exam which you have to give tomorrow and the preparation part. So what you need to do is to decide whether the distraction, is it urgent or not. If it is important or not, and if it is very important, is it urgent or not. You need to prioritize your list. That is the way you can avoid your distractions. And then limit time wasting activities, right? They are not important and not urgent. It's just like Johari window you can see over here, where you can, you should understand what are your problems, what are the short term crises, then focus on the long term goals because they are very important, but then they are not urgent. So you should focus on the strategic goals as an important point. That is the point where you will be able to focus. Then avoid the distractions, and then limit the activities. Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar didn't go to watch any kind of movies, and never go out for. He never used to go out for eating the dinners, and he read almost more than 50,000 books in his life, and he had a major contribution to the society. That is why we are discussing about him today. That we, after his demise, after so many long days, also we are still remembering him on his birth anniversary, death anniversary, about his major contribution to the constitution, his ideologies, everything we are remembering. Why? Because the lifestyle which he focused was very beautiful. I'm not saying you should also do the same thing. You should not enjoy, you should not have fun activities, because देश काल परिस्थिति से बहुत सारी चीजों का बदलती है चीजें. These days we should take out some time for leisure living and relaxation. It's very important. But then how much time you would like to invest in that? Now what you can do, as we the figure doesn't needs our introduction, Swami Vivekanand ji, the youth icon, he gave certain points to set a goal. He said, take up one idea, make that one idea your life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea. सेलुलर लेवल पे अपनी वो मेमोरी क्रिएट कर दो. नर्व सेल, एक नर्व सेल दूसरे नर्व सेल में केमिकल आयंस, न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर्स नहीं भेजे, वो आइडिया, वो थॉट, वो आइडियोलॉजी भेजे, राइट, विच यू वांट टू बिकम, you want to accomplish, you want to perform. Just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success, and this is the way great spiritual giants are produced. Others are mere talking machines, and they have become the figures. They have become the icons of success, because they have lived their dreams. They have worked every single minute towards their dreams. So let's study a very iconic story from a very iconic book. and the story is all about, from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, a song of God Himself. There is a story where Guru Dronachar, we all know him, and he wanted to test all his disciples because he overheard people talking that he usually used to favor only one of his disciple, and that is Arjun. So when he overheard this information, this content, तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं, अब हम इसको सबको प्रूव करेंगे, and उन्होंने कहा कि ठीक है, I'll call everybody for one test. As soon as he gave the instruction, he asked one by one his disciples to come, his students, peoples to come and perform the test. So as soon as he asked Yudhishthir, he gave the as soon as he heard the instructions, Yudhishthir, he he took the bow and wanted to do the test. And the test was to you, as you can see, a bird, इस ये bird थी, वो पेड़ पे बैठी होती है और बोलते कि इसकी आंख पे आपको निशाना लगाना है. So Yudhishthir said कि he fixed his eyes towards the part of the bird which was visible. Now Guru Dronachar called out to the son of Kunti and asked, "What can you see?" Yudhishthir replied, "I can see the bird on the tree, you and my brothers on the ground." He said, "Okay, leave it." Then he asked Duryodhan, "What can you see?" He said, "I can see the bird, I can see, trees, mountains, the scenario, everything I can see." He said, "Okay, leave it." And subsequently, he asked from everybody. Then when he asked from the Duryodhan, Bhim, "What can you see?" He said, "I can see only mangoes." Then he said, "What else you can see?" He said, "Only mangoes." Then he said, "What else you can see?" He said, "Only mangoes." He said, "You also leave it." Then finally came his favorite disciple, and he was Arjun. Drona asked Arjun, "What do you see?" Arjun said, "I see the eye of the bird." He said, "What else you can see?" He said, "Only eye of the bird." He again asked, "What do you see?" He said, "Eye of the bird." And then he said, "Are you not able to see me standing behind you?" And he just walked around him, Guru Dronachar, around Arjun. He said, "No, Guruji, I'm sorry, but I'm only able to see the eye of the bird." And that was the point where, it was proved, and Arjun, hit the bow. उन्होंने अपना धनुष बाण में चलाया, सीधा अपने टारगेट को क्लिक कर दिया. And this is what the story, the moral of the story, the test tells us about importance of goal setting. This is why goal setting is very important. As in the chapter 2, it is said that those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one, meaning व्यवसायत मिक्त बुद्धिर एका कुरु नंदना बहुशाखा हे अनंतास चा बुद्ध्या बस व्यवासियनम. कहने का मतलब ये है कि जब हमारा प्रोफेशन और हमारा एम लाइफ का पर्सनल एम ग्रोथ एक हो जाएगा, दोनों स्वधर्म बन जाएंगे. धर्म को बहुत मिसअंडरस्टूड टर्म्स में लिया जाता है. इट्स नॉट एनी रिलीजन बट इट्स अ कॉल फॉर ड्यूटी. स्वामी विवेकानंद जी की किताब है कॉल फॉर ड्यूटी स्वधर्म, उसको जरूर पढ़ें आप लोग. जब हमारा वर्क प्रोफेशन और जब ये हमारा एम एक हो जाएगा, ठीक है, तो हमें एकाग्रचित यानी एक चीज पे फोकस करने पे कोई नहीं रोक सकता है. बिकॉज अलाइनमेंट हो गया, दो डिफरेंट चीजों को हमने अलाइन कर दिया. इसमें कहते हैं कृष्ण की, ओ बिलवड चाइल्ड ऑफ द कुरूज, द इंटेलिजेंस ऑफ दोज हु आर इरेजोल्यूट इज मेनी ब्रांच. और जो हर चीज में कूद कूद के इधर भी जाए उधर भी जाए, तो देयर इज अ वेरी कॉमन सेइंग, दो नाव पे आप पैर रखेंगे तो कभी भी नाव से आप पार नहीं हो पाएंगे. इफ यू वांट, यू कैन इमेजिन द सिचुएशन, यू आर स्टैंडिंग ऑन, or any person is standing on two now and now wants to on those two boats, whether he'll be able to cross the river? No, there will be a point where he will fall down. So try to be mindful about your actions, about your activity, be conscious about it, so that you are able to be more focused, become more time bound, and be very specific about your goals, and still you are able to measure it and identify the achievability of the goal. Then let's see some awesome words. If you focus on the problem, soon you will forget your goal. If you focus on your goal, soon you will forget the problem. This activity you can do: put your hand in front of your face and then just see your hand, only see your hand, nothing else. See your fingers, see everything around, only the fingers, the hand. Now are you able to see cross the finger, like cross your hand the opposite side, सामने कुछ और दिख रहा है, नहीं दिख रहा है. पर जैसे ही आप सामने देखेंगे कि आपको आपका हाथ दिखेगा, कुछ दिखेगा पर थोड़ा ब्लर दिखेगा, आप नहीं देख सकते. So you need to understand what is your problem and what is your goal. And whatever the problem is, have optimistic approach, try to solve those problems, right? Don't go towards that problems and start getting entangled in that problem. No, try to जैसे हम लोग साइकोलॉजिस्ट होते हैं, हम लोग सारे बादल छाटते हैं ना क्लाइंट्स के थॉट्स का, एंक्शसनेस का, डिप्रेशन का, वैसे वी फैसिलिटेट देम. सो फैसिलिटेट योरसेल्व्स in order to you know clear your thoughts and be optimistic towards your problems. Be solution oriented, not the problem oriented. Now focus on your goals so you will forget the problem. We are as young as our faith, and as old as our doubts. We are also as young as our self confidence and as old as our fears. We are as young as our hopes and as old as our despairs. This is what APJ Abdul Kalam sir said. And if you fail to achieve the goal, change the strategy, not the goal. This is what Lord Krishna said, Yogeshwar Sri Krishna said. But the point is this: the understand the importance and achievement of that goal. If I'm very poor in mathematics and if I still want to pursue PhD in mathematics, then this is not realistic. And this is the whole setting the realistic goal PPT is all about. This presentation, this lecture is all about setting the realistic goals, and then be determined whether it is achievable or not. And if you're not able to still achieve it, change the strategy and not the goal. Thank you so much, my dear ones, my lovely audience. Thank you for being so nice audience. Uh, yes, Dr. Pandey, can I get you back over here?
Yes, Dr. Madhu, thank you for मतलब insightful lecture.
Okay. How to
Yeah,
stop the screen sharing now?
okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Are there any questions for the students? I had lot of activities for them, but then
Yes, student. Do you have any question? Mhm. No worries. Participated in a value added course. Okay, so see which offers us valuable knowledge and insight on various topics from this team guest, like as you know कि आज डॉक्टर मधु हैं हमारे साथ. एंड इससे पहले भी बहुत सारे स्टीम गेस्ट लेक्चरर्स थे, स्पीकर्स थे. सी इट इज क्रूशियल, ओके, to comprehend the concept of self awareness, self resilience, and positivity in personality. So, having an environment that is vibrant, varied, and full of positive energy is essential to gain a positive learning experiences. So, stay tuned to the Humanities and Social Sciences YouTube channel for the another lecture. And I want to thank you, Dr. Madhu. Very insightful lecture. This will help us to set our realistic goals. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you so much.